How much will that cost?
Obviously, those are expensive propositions, but we have done our best on issue after issue in paying for them.
Do you know how much, though? I mean, do you have a price tag for all of this?
We do. I mean, the price tag is, I think it's about $30 trillion.
That's just for Medicare for all.
Just Medicare for all, yes.
Do you have a price tag for all of these things?
No, I don't. We try to, no, you mentioned making public colleges and universities tuition-free and canceling all student debt. That's correct. That's what I want to do. We pay for that through a modest tax on Wall Street speculation.
But you say you don't know what the total price is, but you know how it's going to be paid for. How do you know it's going to be paid for if you don't know how much the price is?
Well, I can't rattle off to you every nickel and every dime, but we have accounted for it. You talked about Medicare for all. We have options out there that will pay.
Hey, it's Tim Tom. Welcome to News, Politics, and Reviews. So that clip you just saw was Anderson Cooper from CNN interviewing Bernie Sanders on 60 Minutes. And not a big fan of Anderson Cooper, but I liked how he does drill people. Sometimes, like, he'll make you give him an answer. You may not want to give him an answer, but he'll just keep asking you until you finally give him an answer. So, as you saw there, it was kind of trying to be funny with the Jeopardy music there. But that's kind of how it is. He kept asking Bernie Sanders, how much will this Medicaid for all cost? How much is it going to cost? And finally, he gives the answer, and he says $30 trillion. And that's only for the Medicaid. That's only for healthcare. That doesn't include the free college. It doesn't include eliminating all college debts. It doesn't include free child care until a child is 3 years old. So, Bernie Sanders is a socialist. And we've seen what socialists have done in these other countries. And it seems like people are just trying to cherry pick socialism and just use the good parts of it, not all of it. And I know healthcare is an issue in America. To me, it's an issue among, I would say, two people. People that have pre-illness conditions, already diagnosed with cancer, already have something. And then the people that are self-employed, underemployed, they don't have healthcare. But the majority of Americans, like myself, have something called work sponsor healthcare. So my job has healthcare. It lays out a few plans, and you pick a plan. And then they pay a portion of the healthcare, which makes it affordable to me. And some people have really good healthcare. And if they sign up for Bernie Sanders healthcare, they would have to give that up to have Medicaid. And again, like, the stuff Bernie Sanders says sounds good, and communists almost sounds good. Everybody's equal. Everybody, gets a fair share. Everybody gets paid. But we gotta be realistic here. We know everybody's not equal. We know some people work harder than other people. Some people are smarter than other people. And it's trying to even the playing field. It's like, the problem with Democrats and Bernie Sanders is that you need me. Vote for me. I will give you health care. I will, give you free college. It's I. And I think the government job is not to provide all these services for you. And that's where I disagree with people. Some people feel the government should provide these essentials. Some people don't. But in America, we have 250, million people here. And it's going to cost $30 trillion. And everybody's so worried about the budget, except for when Bernie Sanders rolls out this Medicaid for all. And I've heard the arguments that, we spend so much on the military. We spend so much wasteful spending on this and that. And if we were able to cut all that, we could pump it towards healthcare. But no one has produced a plan. Bernie Sanders just said 30 trillion, but he doesn't have a plan. He can't count for every dollar and cent. So this is what's going to happen. He's going to get elected. He's going to get in office. And there's no way the establishment of Democrats and Republicans are going to pass any of his bills. Now, he could use his executive actions to do that. But honestly, I don't even think that Bernie is going to even get close to the White House, just because he doesn't really have a plan. And a lot of older people, the baby boomers, people that actually vote, understand socialism, understand Medicaid for all. Obama tried this. Didn't he try with Obamacare? I mean, how did that turn out? I get it. Healthcare is an issue here. We have problems with healthcare in America, but I don't think it's the biggest issue. I think if people have jobs and they have works and able to put food on their table, they can afford healthcare. So that's where I'm at with that. And people are just. And another thing too is I'm 34 years old, and I can't remember the last time I went into the hospital. I don't really get sick, so I really don't need healthcare right now. And with my job now, I picked the lowest plan because I really don't use it. I may go in for a checkup in a year or two, but I really don't use healthcare. I know later on in my life, when I get older, that's when you need healthcare. A lot of young people don't need healthcare. And with all these plans, the only way it works is have all these young people pay for it, and then they're old and have the young people pay for it. So that's kind of where we're at. I do think the young people that have student loan debts, which I'll make a video about that another day, are all on board with Bernie Sanders. Yay, free college. And he's going to eliminate my debt. So, they're going crazy with that. But, again, he has not really shown us a plan of every dollars and cent that makes sense. It's like trying to have someone give you a commitment or vote for you, and then you cannot give them concrete numbers. So that's where we're at with Bernie Sanders. And I will be following this. I'll make more videos on this. And stay tuned. Please like, share.